Israel is preparing to expand its ground invasion in Lebanon, making it the largest Israeli invasion in the country since 2006. The occupation state is preparing to approve the mobilization of over 450,000 troops into Lebanon. Hundreds of thousands of people are already displaced, and the military spokesperson said IDF soldiers are preparing to operate in areas they weren't operating in yesterday. And unfortunately, this isn't unique. This isn't a new story. Israel has been invading Lebanon on and off for over 40 years. In 1978, Israel invaded South Lebanon up to the Litani River in order to target the PLO who was operating in the south. 25,000 Israeli troops entered Lebanon. Over 250,000 Lebanese were displaced, but Israel failed in this invasion. Over 2,000 people were killed, but Israel was pushed back. They withdrew. But then they invaded again in 1982. This was the largest and deepest invasion. They pushed all the way to the capital. It was during this invasion that the massacres of Sabra and Shatila occurred by Christian militias who were backed by the Israeli state. This was one of the deadliest atrocities against Palestinian civilians, and this civil war, the invasion, is what led to the creation of Hezbollah. Hezbollah quickly began fighting back as a resistance group, and in 1993, Israel launched a week-long air and artillery attack on the group in the south of the country. A ceasefire was brokered, an informal one, but a ceasefire nonetheless. But again, it didn't last because in 1996, Israel attacked again. The 1996 Operation Grapes of Wrath. It was another Israeli bombardment and airstrike campaign against Hezbollah in the south of the country. But this time, they bombed a United Nations compound in Qanna, killing over 100 civilians, including women and children. You know, back when killing women and children mattered, because at the time this was considered an international flashpoint that led to a ceasefire that, again, Israel violated. The next attack was in 2006. This is now the 5th invasion that Israel has launched against Lebanon. This was a large-scale war that lasted 34 days. Israel was trying to push Hezbollah back north of the Litani River, and they failed. Hezbollah liberated the south by removing Israeli military presence. By then, a formal ceasefire was declared. UNIFIL peacekeepers were in place. But again, by 2018, Israel decided to send troops into Lebanon again. This time, rather than a full-scale operation, they sent a specialized team of troops to investigate the tunnel infrastructure underneath the cities. This didn't become an international incident, but tensions remained high until 2023, when Israel launched the genocide of the people in Gaza. Israel launched attacks at South Lebanon almost immediately. They began ground raids. They instigated the infamous pager attack that injured over 3,000 Lebanese. They launched near daily attacks into Lebanon despite the ceasefire, over 15,000 ceasefire violations. And now it's reported that over 100,000 troops, Israeli troops, are operating inside of Lebanon. They're planning to send 350,000 more. And Israeli officials say publicly, "We're going to do to Lebanon what we did in Gaza. We won't stop until the Dahia looks like Khan Yunis." After 40 years of invasions in Lebanon, they're planning genocide.